What's up everyone, Jared here with Stand Tall Auto Reviews, and today I have my personal 2014 Toyota Sequoia SR5 Sport Package, and we are going to do a deep dive, a review of the vehicle. We're going to show the ins and outs of it, and we're also going to do a little history lesson of the Toyota Sequoia, so stick around, you don't want to miss it. Let's get started.
The Toyota Sequoia was introduced as a 2001 model year vehicle, which was in the first generation. That first generation went from 2001 to 2007, which led into the second generation, which was 2008 to 2022, and we are currently on the third generation now. For power plants between the three, we had the 4.7 V8 in the first gen, we had a 5.7, a 4.6, and a 4.7 V8 in the second gen, and in the third gen we are running V6s now, twin turbo V6s along with hybrids. All of these were based off the Tundra platform, so they do have their similarities. And overall, the Sequoia was built to give you a very large SUV with the capabilities that the Tundra could give you, minus the truck bed.
Starting off with the front of the Toyota Sequoia, love this design. It looks really good, very similar to the Tundra from 2007 to 2013 before they did their revisions. Let's go ahead and show it off. So obviously this is a huge vehicle, and you do have nice hood lines that show off very well. Up front, I did change this to the TRD Pro front end. Normally this would have a different front end, which was in the intro. And so you have Toyota here. I did add the little Toyota Heritage logo also. Going down, you have some ventilation down there along with fog lights. And then another thing that I want to show off on the front before I go all the way down is you do have headlight washers right here. You just press a button in the vehicle, washes the headlights. Super cool feature. Normally you only find that on Lexus on the Toyota side, so it's kind of cool. And then going down here, you do have your tow hooks, and you do have a skid plate on this one as well. And you have plenty of ground clearance also. I'm 6'6", this thing is taller than me, so definitely has some height. And when we go to the side, you'll see more of that, so let's check it out. Taking it to the side profile of the Sequoia, it has a very boxy design, curved boxy design, I should say. But it does look really good. So going to the front, we do have these 20-inch wheels right here. They look really good. These do come with the package that came on this one. 275, 65 R20s are what this one is running at the moment. You have a nice body line up there. We do have color matched mirrors on this side, color matched door handles as well, which is pretty cool. We do have a side step on both sides, which these do fade a bit, so you may want to take some care of it if you do end up getting one of these. Up here, we do have our whole roof rack, which is great for kayaks. We've done that several times. This is the perfect vehicle for that. And then coming over to the back, just more of that great design that this thing carries over. One thing I will say, this one is on spacers, so it is a bit lifted compared to what a stock one would be. And also, if you just look at how massive this thing is, even without it being lifted, it's super safe. So these things are great for safety. It could probably take side impacts like a Champ. Actually, it will. I've seen posts on that. So these things are very good design. Let's go check out the back of the vehicle and show off what it looks like. Going to the back, more of the big boxy styling carries on. It does tell you you have the iForce 5.7 liter V8 along with a flex fuel badge on this one, because this is the flex fuel engine on this one. We do have Sequoia across the back, so everyone knows what you're driving. Toyota, proudly put that up there with all your miles. You do have a huge rear window, which is great for visibility, and it does slide down, which is missing on the third gen, so I think it's really cool that you do get this with these. And then you do have kind of a little protruding spoiler type panel up here with brake light up here. And for your rear lights, there's not many lights in the aftermarket, so if you plan to modify these, know that you can in the front, but the backs, you can't do that as often. And then down here, you have all your hookups for your trailers and towing, so that's not a problem with these. You can get it all done, and overall, you can see it's held up pretty well since 2014. And let's go ahead though, I want to show you the inside and how a 6'6" person fits. Let's do it. All right, I have to duck down a bit because this camera angle is a bit weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how a 6'6" person fits inside this thing. That way you know practically anybody could fit in one of these. So stepping in right here, and you do have a handle here, and you have a step here if you need it, and swinging in, plenty of room. My legs have a lot of room, my head has a lot of room. I can swing around and kind of adjust if I needed to. And overall, this is a very good car for tall people and anyone in between. And along with that, I will put the headroom and legroom dimensions that we can see them, but I want to show you the interior of this vehicle and show you why this is a great place to be and how it's held up since 2014. All right, everybody, so we're inside the 2014 Sequoia SR5 Sport Package. I want to go ahead and show you guys this interior and why it's so good and why it's held up for 227,000 miles. So coming over to the door real quick before I close it, it's pretty much mostly soft touch over here. This is kind of hard, and down here it starts getting plasticky. But right here it's soft touch, and right here it's, you know, somewhat soft, which is what matters. You can see over time it's going to start fading a bit, but it's held up pretty well. You do get some cup holders down there, speakers on the doors, and some cubbies, along with storage, which there's a ton of storage in this thing. So I'm going to close this door, and it has a solid sound when it closes. Okay, so going to the steering wheel, you do have nice bolstering up here. I have a steering wheel cover, but there's very nice bolstering. And then it's just like, you know, the Tacoma, 4Runner, Tundra, all of them from this era. Same Toyota wheel that they've had forever. Also, on the door, you do have your lock, unlock, 2 front auto windows. Rear windows are not auto. And you have your the window lock, unlock, / do not roll this down. I can't even think of the name, but you know what I'm saying here. Over here, we do have mirror controls along with your dome light controls with the door open. We do have an air vent. Down here, your headlight washer. Man, I am just stuttering so much today. You have your headlight washer button right here. Press it, it shoots them up. And then right here, you have your RSCA off button. And then you also have your hood latch down there. Coming back, the gauges, pretty simple. They're the same ones from the Tundra of the era, and the Sequoia had these for a very long time, up until like, I think 2017, 2018 is when they changed it. But they had these for a long time. If you do go with a higher trim than this, your odometer is just a bit different than this one. Other than that, pretty similar. And I'm going to back up and go ahead and turn this thing on because it's hot. So standard Toyota key, nothing crazy. Just pop it in there, turn. You'll see it lights up, and then starts right up. As you can see, this one has 134 miles, and there's no lights besides the brake light and a TPMS light over here. That's it. Coming back, going over to the middle now, we have our hazards. We have a couple of different buttons here, so if you hit info, it kind of just changes between a different set of cycles here. I like to keep this for temperature. And then along with that, you do have some more buttons you can press between. This one is 4-wheel drive, so this is your knob to kind of change to 4 high, 4 low, or keep it in 2-wheel drive. Down here, we have a tow haul button, which does change the way the vehicle drives, and we do have our center diff button right here, along with the dead button. And we have another cubby, which again, there's a ton of storage in this thing. Shifter, a little slot here for space. This little tray, which down here is a deep pocket for storage. 3 cup holders, another cubby, 2 car chargers, the rear climate control, the main climate control, and it's all seen here. This is a aftermarket radio. I will put a link, it will be an Amazon affiliate link, in the description if you want to check this thing out. It's pretty cool. A lot of people set these up. There's a lot of information on the Toyota Sequoia forums on Facebook. Going over here to the dash, we have storage here, and this is hard touch, but it holds up very well. As you can see, no cracks at all. Great shape. And then checking out these seats. So this is what the seats are like. They're leather. They're pretty decent, you know, not bolstered extremely well, but they're very comfortable, plush. As you can see, I had to put a little patch there and start to peel up. So that's what that is. But they hold up pretty well for 227,000 miles. Same with the center console. It's the same material. It's got a couple of rips, but no big deal. And it's a huge center console, tons of space, just goes super deep down in there. You could fit so much stuff in there. And overall, it is just great. And then one more section I wanted to show that I forgot to. You can turn off traction control here, and this is the button to raise and lower your rear window. That's an important button, so I want to make sure I mention it. And then pop it up real quick. We do have our lights. I changed these to LEDs. And then on top of that, you have your sunroof buttons here, sunglass holder here, and if you have kids, you can see everything they're doing in the back and tell them, hey, don't do that. So we do have that too. One more thing, sunroof. We do have a sunroof, so if you like the sunroof, you do get it on this one that I have. And that's pretty much it for the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on over to the back real quick, show you the back, and then show you the rear space as well. Okay, now coming to the back, just showing off the back door. Same as the front, same setup, literally. You just have your window instead of all the windows, and obviously none of the lock controls. But you do have a nice setup back here. This one's held up better just because there hasn't been as many people back here. Going over back seats, this one does have the captain's chairs, which I know is a very desirable feature. So same leather seat, you do have a handle that comes down, goes up, and then along with that, we can drop the entire seat. So for example, say I want to drop this one, it goes completely flat. My seat is so far back, it won't work, but you can't go completely flat, and you just push it back up to put it back in place. As you can see, plenty of room. My seat's all the way back, still room back here. Just hopping in real quick. We do have climate controls for the rear passenger. You do have an outlet to charge phones, and you do have cup holders down in here. And one other thing I want to talk about is this over here. This seat can lay forward flat, and it does become like a table. So I think that's pretty cool. And then this side actually gets a pocket. Here are the vents for the rear passengers. And here's your light for the rear passengers. And overall, I mean, it's just a nice place to be. Again, it's held up well. Perfect family vehicle, honestly. If you can get past the gas mileage, I mean, the power makes up for it. So let's go ahead and continue this walk. Okay, so we're gonna go to the back now. I'm gonna lift it up, and I wanna show you how many groceries, how many things you can put back here. And as you can see, you can put a ton. So I have a cargo mat here. This thing does have a third row, and even with a third row up, you have pretty much from like here to here, just full of room. Along with that, with them down, and with those seats down, you have like basically a truck bed back here. I mean, there's so much room. So it is a little dirty back here. It has been used a good bit. We do have dogs that come back here a lot, so you'll see how it holds up. But let me tell you, storage, 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 storage. And those are cup holders, but storage. This thing is full of storage for you to put anything and everything back here. And you have plenty of clearance just to put whatever you need. And I mean, imagine if you're trying to get one of these and you're trying to convince your wife, all of the groceries you can load up in here, all the little things you can put in here. You can camp in this thing, sleep in this thing, all the seats will lay flat. I mean, come on, this thing's super good. You even have all these extra little places to, you know, tie up on the sides. And you can plug stuff in back here. I mean, look at that. It's just so practical. These things are amazing. I think they're really slept on, but I do think people are actually starting to wake up and see how nice these are. And they're starting to realize, hey, you know, the Land Cruiser is expensive, the Tundra's a truck, but this thing, transmission engine-wise, is very similar. Yeah, it's super large, and it's not practical for off-roading, but other than that, this thing can do a lot. So this is your rear space area. I know I went on a ramble, but I just really like talking about this thing. And let's go ahead and continue.
Alright, let's talk powertrains of this 2014 Toyota Sequoia. This is the flex fuel engine, so you can take flex fuel and regular fuel. Just want to note that before. Anyways, going to the engine, it's a 5.7 liter V8, making 381 horsepower at 5,600 RPMs, 401 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPMs. This is a dual overhead cam engine. You have a 6-speed auto as your transmission. This one does have 4-wheel drive. You can get it without 4-wheel drive also. For fuel, like I said, unleaded or E85, you'll get 13 miles per gallon in the city, 17 on the highway with unleaded, combined 14 miles per gallon. Your range, city, highway, 343.2 to 448.8 miles. And the fuel tank is a 26.4 gallon tank, so you're going to need some money to fill it up. And for safety, since I know that's a big thing with these, they're built very good. You have airbags all around, front, side, knee airbags for the driver. You have stability traction control, and you do have daytime running lights, which I know helps with insurance at times.
All right, everyone, that's going to do it from us. I actually just went a little low to get a different angle up front. But thank you so much for watching this video. If it did help you out, please comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It helps us out. We're just a small channel trying to grow. Be prepared for more content of the Sequoia. I plan to do a POV driving video next. So if you do enjoy that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And please comment anything you got. And until the next video, I'll see you guys. Peace out.